Welcome back to the Big Movie Mouth Off. I'm Jimmy Martin with Slug Magazine.
And I'm Jeff Weiss with MSN Entertainment.
All right, for the second film, we're going to talk about Man on a Ledge. Well, it's about a man on a ledge.
Yep.
The end. No. Basically, Sam Worthington stars as an ex-cop turned prison inmate who escapes, always proclaiming his innocence. Always says. And he says
even though he's escaped.
Yeah, I'm running for it. But says he was
Best
framed
way
by
to prove
by a multi-millionaire played by Ed Harris.
Or is it? Because to me it looks like an Ed Harris bobblehead doll. But anyway.
He is getting goofy looking. Well, goes to the Roosevelt Hotel, gets up on the ledge, says he's going to jump. Elizabeth Banks is the negotiator. She comes to kind of get him off the ledge, talk him down. And but not everything is what it seems to be, because across the street, Jamie Bell, who's playing Sam Worthington's brother, is up to some antics and maybe going to try to prove his brother's innocence.
Nick Cassidy, an escaped convict.
The guy that stole the diamond off David Englander?
A $40 million diamond.
The whole world knows who you are now, Nick.
David Englander set me up.
You need to come in.
I'm ready to die. And it's important that you understand that.
Hey, Nick. Hey, you see me? It's your show, bro.
Let's make it rain. Okay, Joey, you know what to do. Don't worry. Everyone's looking at me.
Nick, we're in. You know, this film,
Help me understand.
I watch it because I'm all about a good heist movie. I
Right.
love heist movies to death. But this one feels so slapped together, so, I mean, like, I understand that, like, you know, Tom Cruise hanging from the wires is not really, you know, it's not reality.
Right.
But, I don't know, it made me believe it a little bit. But
Right.
watching the things that go on in this film, it kind of reminded me of, like, the poor man's Mission Impossible.
Right.
I mean, everything they do.
Like things are wholesale borrowed from the Mission Impossible films.
Wholeheartedly borrowed. I mean, you've got things that are, you say borrowed, I say stolen. From Freezing One Ghost Protocol to even back in Mission Impossible 3. I mean, like the same exact gags.
Yes.
And I'm like, someone had to be talking to one, you know, to know that this was going to come up.
But performed far more incompetently by a far less talented cast. And by that I don't mean that Ed Harris is bad in it or that Elizabeth Banks is. But wow.
But you're saying that Sam Worthington
But
is.
wow. As if we needed further evidence that Sam Worthington is one of the biggest lumps in the history of cinema.
He is
It-
like a scoop of vanilla.
Yes, he's sporting an unflattering mullet, slipping in between his natural Australian accent and a Batman voice. Why am I out on the ledge? I will tell you why I'm out on a ledge.
He just doesn't know how to whisper
Yes,
because he's trying to talk to his brother.
yes. He's trying to give him instructions across the street.
It's
Part of me was amused because the film just gets more ridiculous and
Yeah.
less believable as it goes. And again, we're comparing it to the Mission Impossible films, but there's a suspension of disbelief there as compared to Man on a Ledge, where I wasn't convinced anything that was going on in the film. And again, it doesn't help that it has Sam Worthington. It also doesn't help that this film was directed by Asghar Leth, a documentary filmmaker whose last film was Ghosts of Seat Soleil, an excellent film about Haiti, but proves here that documentarians maybe shouldn't direct feature films. This is probably a lesson that we should have learned when Joe Berlinger
So know
made
you-
Blair Witch Project 2.
Know your genre.
But, yeah.
Know your genre.
Role. Know your role. You're good at documentaries. Just don't foist this kind of crap on us.
You know, for me, like, it's also just the ridiculousness that goes on in this film. You know, you got Jamie Bell there, and he's got his beautiful Latin girlfriend there with him, who, first, as they are breaking into a building, she admits to, you know, breaking into houses when she was a kid,
Yep.
and then all hell breaks loose. And
Yes.
how could you do that? And I'm like, you're in the middle
Of a heist.
What are you talking about?
Yeah, wouldn't you be excited to know that your girlfriend has done this before, therefore increasing your chances of success?
And then my favorite is, you know, she's like, I got to go through the vent, so now I got to put on my sleeky leather tight, you know, skin
Cat
tight
suit.
cat suit, but I'm gonna keep on my giant hoop earrings. And you're like, what? She's like, it's okay, it's fashionable. But throughout the film, though, they kind of start contradicting themselves because there are times where lucrative opportunities arise, and they say that's not what we're here for.
Right.
But at the end of the film, they completely go back on their word, which to me goes, oh, So you are kind of bad people.
Absolutely. You know what else I noticed from this film is there were opportunities for the film not to take itself quite so seriously.
Yeah.
But no. It's entirely straight-faced, despite Sam Worthington doing his bad Batman voice. I'm making it sound like I enjoyed it, and I didn't. I didn't enjoy it for a minute.
Yeah.
Not even with Elizabeth Banks in it. I didn't enjoy it, or the Ed Harris bobblehead doll.
Yeah.
Man, he's gotten creepy looking. Jimmy, 1 star. 1 star for this schlock fest. It's a January film.
And it belongs in January.
Yeah, absolutely.
We kind of say this is where films go to die. Well, it's, the plot's right there. It's, getting the dirt's going on top. For me, like I said, I like a heist film, even as shoddy as it is put together. And I love situations. I mean, I don't know why this movie struck me so much where I wanted to believe it even more and more. Or because I tried to make it like so, just, every detail is, all the I's are dotted and T's crossed. Because there's a part where he wipes down all his fingerprints. And you're like, okay, now there's no fingerprints. And then he puts the towel down and touches everything. And you're like, what are you doing? Like, why did we just watch you wipe down the entire room? And then police is like, we can't find any fingerprints. I'm like, really? Because I can show you everywhere he touched for the past 5 minutes. I liked it maybe a little bit more than you, not much. I think I'm going another 1.5 stars. It's, like I said, it's the poor man's Mission Impossible. So Crom 2s can be can be in the next one.
Yeah.
Oh,
Stress the
man.
poor part. The poor man's the poor part.
This is a January and early February edition. Man, all right. Well, when we get back from this break, we're going to try it one more time. And we're going to talk about Chronicle.
Fingers crossed.